Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I guess you can call this my obligatory favorite figures of 2024. As every other collector does a video on their favorite purchases and favorite action figures released in 2024. I'm just getting around to it because honestly I wasn't thinking about doing one. I did one for classified series and I thought that would be it. I didn't think a video of just overall purchases of action figures was very necessary, as I don't really purchase or collect a lot of different lines when it comes to action figures. I don't have a huge collection of SH Figuarts. I don't have a huge collection of Transformers and that sort of thing, so I thought it'd be a bit useless, but here it is anyway, obligatory video. I won't cover classified in this video, and I also don't necessarily have a ranking. I will say what is my top favorite figure of the year, like my absolute favorite, but I think in no particular order whatsoever. We'll start with classified just to get those out of the way. These figures you've seen in the video of top classified figures of the year for me, but we're gonna bring in Wild Bill, if I can get them to stand up here. There we go. We have Wild Bill. We have Raptor here, very anticipated character for me, and I do love how he turned out. I mean, he does have his issues, and I pointed those out in his review, but over time he's grown on me, and I've modified him a little bit to make him more enjoyable. And we'll bring in Scarlet here. Put her next to these fellas here. So yeah, if you saw my classified video on the best classified figures, at least in my opinion, for 2024, these three were in that list, and I'm just bringing them out here just to say these are some of my favorite classified figures that I have collected in 2024. Obviously the Dragonfly, like I mentioned in that video as well, I don't really want to classify it because it is a fucking HasLab, and that's on its own level in terms of action figure collecting. But yeah, these classified figures I really had a lot of fun with. Even though Wild Bill, I haven't been able to do much with him, but you know, a few pictures here and there, you can check them out on my Instagram. But Scarlet and Raptor, I've been having a lot of fun just picking them up and posing them around. I always find myself going back to those action figures, and that's how I base off my list, is how fun they are to pose and how often I go back to them in order to pose them and play with them and whatnot. Wild Bill, I haven't been able to play with them as much. I also want to be very careful with it because it is a HasLab exclusive, so I'm being a little cautious there and whatnot. But fantastic figures, and you can look at my other video to see what else was on my list in terms of classifieds. But right now I think these are my top three at the moment. With that being said, let's go ahead and move on. So aside from G.I. Joe classified, I also collect Marvel Legends, as you guys know, and I think Marvel Legends had a fantastic year in 2024. Now again, I didn't purchase every single Marvel Legends that comes out because, I mean, you know, there's those YouTubers, I'm not gonna name any names or call them out. Maybe I will, maybe I did in text form, but I don't collect every single Marvel Legends, and it's a character that I absolutely love or want in the collection, and that I know that is going to be worth my money, and that they will be, fun and articulated, as that is one of my criteria to actually purchasing one of them. Sometimes it's a shot in the dark, and that's okay, but for the most part, I am well aware of. I mean, a lot of people are well aware of um, Hasbro's Marvel Legends articulation scheme, so it's nothing too new and nothing too hard to grasp. So, making the purchase is a bit more easier to make. Again, only purchase characters that I want or need and that I am familiar with for the most part. And those are the ones that make my collection. So, with that being said, in the wise words of Spider Criminal, I'll go ahead and play that clip right now.
I don't buy bad figures. If I hear a new figure coming out is bad, I simply don't buy it because I don't want that shit in my house.
So not only do I buy the things that are good and not the ones that are bad, but I collect the things that I want, that I am familiar with, and things that genuinely sort of make me happy. I will stray off the path every now and then, and that's okay, but I always try to make some research on what I'm buying, where characters come from, and whatnot. I don't know, I just want to familiarize myself with certain stuff. But that's enough talking from me. Marvel Legends, like I said, had a terrific year. I believe She-Hulk here was from 2024, early 2024, I believe. I could be wrong. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just a fantastic figure. I mean, just her presence alone on the shelf is pretty cool. I look up and I see She-Hulk and I'm like, that's a great figure. And I need to take more pictures with her. I really do, but I do want to modify her ab crunch. As going back is okay, but going forward isn't the greatest. I know you can Dremel out some of the plastic. I don't have a Dremel. I just sort of use a knife. But yeah, getting some of that range is going to help with the photography a lot. But that's one of my favorite figures of 2024, not this year, because this year is 2025. Another great release in terms of Spider-Man was the Scarlet Spider, one of my favorite designs, and one of the cooler concepts for Spider-Man, honestly, because I believe this is Uncle Ben as Spider-Man, so that is pretty nifty. And yeah, this is just one of my favorite designs for Spider-Man. I usually don't care too much about Spider-Man because Hasbro likes making so many of them, and I just get tired of hearing about Spider-Man. But this one I really wanted, and I'm glad I found it for a good price from Evil Toys. So if you guys haven't checked out that website, I recommend it. They tend to have hard-to-find figures in stock for relatively a good price. It's a little marked up, but not too extremely like scalper pricing, okay? That being said, Scarlet Spider, a fantastic release, tons of hands, a lot of posability. Love to see it with the Spider-Man, and I think this was a very well-made action figure from Hasbro this year. Moving on, I don't know about Moon Knight here. This is a Target exclusive retro carded one, which is more of a reissue because it's an old body mold. Was this in 2024? I don't remember. I really don't. And so you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a reissue for Target. But he's still here because I did find myself taking a lot of pictures of him and posing him. Despite it being an old body mold, he's still very agile, and it was just fun to have, and he just looks menacing. That's how I have him posed up on the shelf. Looks great. Moving on, we do have this beautiful Phoenix figure here with the base and the actual Phoenix with the, posable head there. New sort of updated female body mold here for Phoenix as well. Looks fantastic. Couldn't be any happier with this, and this was also a gift from my girlfriend, so I really appreciate her for getting this for me. But it's just a fantastic figure. Her presence on the shelf. I put it up. I rearranged all my Marvel Legends. She just stands out, and I mean, how could she not with that flaming bird? But that's just a very amazing release, and I'm very happy to have it in the collection. With that being said, we're moving on to another sort of big packaging deal here with Ghost Rider. I don't know if everything's gonna fit in frame, but that Ghost Rider is just amazing as well. I think they did fantastic with him. It is another gift from my girlfriend for my birthday. So again, I appreciate that from her. But yeah, just terrific figure. Absolutely love it. Again, he has a presence to him, especially when you have him kicking up a wheelie. Just looks amazing. The detail in him is phenomenal. Again, Marvel Legends had a lot in 2024, and there's a few that I wasn't able to get or haven't been able to get, like that Wolverine, Odin, even though I'm not too keen on Odin, but that Odin figure looked amazing. That Walmart Venom, which unfortunately sold out everywhere, and now it's being scalped, but a lot of great releases, and these are some of those releases. And I think overall my favorite for the Marvel Legends in terms of releases will be my boy Iron Fist. I just love Iron Fist. He's one of my favorite heroes next to Colossus. They're up there in terms of my favorite Marvel heroes. I don't know, it's Iron Fist, you know, he just punches the shit out of people, and he creates sort of energy dragons, and he has some mystical powers. Honestly, I think he's slept on in terms of his powers. I think he's very powerful, you know, and yeah, he's like stuck fighting street thugs and whatnot. I don't know about his newer comics. I've seen a few like at, you know, comic stores. Been meaning to pick up a few of them, but I'm in no rush to read newer comics. But yeah, it's just Iron Fist. I love him. I think they did amazing with him. I hope we get another design of him, because I think I preferred when he has this sort of thing more closed up and whatnot. But there's a few other costumes out there that I hope they can get around to with Iron Fist. But this is as classic as it gets, and I'm very happy how he turned out. Very happy with the final result. But yeah, very fun to pose, and accessories wise, just has tons of hands and the same old little like orange effects. So nothing new there, but still a fantastic figure to round out this bunch of Marvel Legends. With that being said, we're gonna move on to some of the next things that I sort of bought and I really enjoyed. Now here we have Jada Toys M. Bison. I dig this figure a lot. I really do love it. From the sort of flame effect here for the arm. Just the posability is amazing with these Jada Toys. We're doing fantastic with these Street Fighter figures. And now, I believe Cammy and what's his name, Guile, came out towards the end of 2024. I haven't been able to get my hands on them, but if I could, they'd be on this video as well, alongside with M. Bison. I also have Dualism, but he's a great figure, you know, lots of detail with him. Just not my most favorite of characters, you know, but I do have him. I do have Ken as well. Ken is also not like I'm super I'm not super big fan of him, but I do have him. But yeah, I do want to get Cammy and Guile for the collection. They look amazing. And yeah, this guy is in this video because again, he's just amazing. And then we had this very interesting sort of cloth cape. I don't know what kind of wizardry they did, because I don't know if it's a super flimsy wire in there or not, but very posable cape. which I do love. And he just has a presence to him. He looks fantastic. Couldn't be happier with this release. And I think that is about all the properties that I bought in 2024. I think it was a slow year for me. Money has been a little tight, so we can't enjoy all the fruits that the toy gods are giving us. But what I've been able to get and buy and been able to acquire, I've been very happy with, and I haven't really asked for much more. But there's so many just action figures, and I wish I could buy everything without a worry in the world. But unfortunately, this is real life, and we live in the society that we do, which is we need to have money to enjoy the good things. Because there's the Beast of Mesozoic line, or I think that's what it's still called. Because they make dinosaurs, and there's the Dilophosaurus now, the Allosaurus, which I want to buy. They got a Stegosaurus coming up pretty soon, which I do want to get my hands on, so hopefully I can. I forgot to mention Mattel's Jurassic World or Hammond Collection figures. I think we had Carnotaurus and the Giganotosaurus. We had those Ross figures, the Atrociraptor and the Triceratops. We had a few from that line, and my favorite was the Giganotosaurus. Big, hefty toy, and I couldn't bring it out, but one of my favorites as well. Lots of detail with it, and hopefully I can get some of the footage from my review and put it here, but I really did enjoy that action figure as well. But now, when it comes to my top favorite figure, I think I'm gonna give it to Aloy here from the what did they call it? The Shapes collection, I believe. She is from the Horizon Forbidden West video game, and now this is a very niche sort of character and sort of a niche action figure, because a lot of people don't play video games, or they just, I don't know. I think Forbidden West and Zero Dawn are very underappreciated games for what they are, and I had so much fun playing those games, and I really loved the character Aloy. She has all the sass and all the sarcasm, and she's just hilarious, and I just love the character. When I saw this figure announced, I was excited, and especially because she was a deluxe, so she was gonna come with tons of accessories, and here I do have them. Tons of hands and face plates. It's by no means perfect. It isn't really. Being in the generation that we are now, we do expect sort of pinless joints at this point from every company. I don't mind them here, maybe just these bottom ones, because they break up the sort of sculpt and paint, but that's okay. But you have different like movable little pieces on the belt, very cool. The articulation on this was just surprising to me. These things, flaps can get out of the way. She can kick forward very well and out. Double jointed knees are fantastic. The articulation they used in the boot here is amazing, fascinating. The detail on the figure itself is just amazing. The face sculpts are very lifelike. I do really dig that. I think this is one of the things that doesn't make it really too perfect, is single hinged elbows, which is fine. She gets a lot of range despite that, and I do appreciate that they were able to incorporate some new sort of articulation that I've never seen, such as down here at the sort of ankles. It's more of a ball joint in there, so it can rotate in there, and then you still have your basic sort of hinge, pivot, and toe articulation. But yeah, just a phenomenal figure for me. I had a lot of fun posing her. Just displaying her, destroying some bats was amazing for me. The things that doesn't make it a perfect figure are the face plates, because if you really focus on it, you will see the significant cut, going around the face, because that is swappable. So at first that was a little bothersome, a little distracting, but over time it just grew on me, and I didn't really focus on it as much. And so I just love this thing, and I think they did great with this one. I still want to get that God of War Kratos one, and hopefully I can get it. Hopefully it doesn't go out of stock anytime soon. But my favorite figure of 2024 is gonna go to Aloy here. And that's another thing that doesn't make it too perfect. It's a little hard to stand her up, but she is just a great figure. Again, this is very niche because it's from a video game. A lot of people don't play video games, or they didn't care about the video game, so they're not gonna bother in buying this. But I went for it. Worth the purchase. I really am satisfied with the end product, and I'm excited to see what they do in the future. Hopefully they change the plastic skirts for soft goods if possible, because I do love that they give us an actual string for the bow, and I went into depth with that in the review. But yeah, I'm just excited for the future, and when it comes to this character, because she has so many different armor sets that Spin Master can try and sculpt and give us more articulated versions of those armors. That would be very cool. I know there's some armors that I would like to see in action figure form. But yeah, it's only a matter of time, and we'll see if they do get around to making more armor sets for this character. But yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna end my talking, because it is already 20 minutes long, and I don't think every other reviewer's videos are that long. I just love to talk when I'm recording for some reason. I just love to give my opinion and be as insightful as I can. But that does it for me for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, not really a ranking, but just a sort of retrospective of the things I bought, enjoyed, and had fun with. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in a future video.